Oh, so I think my computer's still. Right. Good evening, everyone. See, technical issues already. We've not even started yet. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I am joined this evening by Jamie Phillips. How are we doing?
I'm doing good, my friend. I'm doing good.
That is good. Before we get started, the housekeeping, make sure to hit the like button, share button, subscribe button. Also, make sure to sub to Jamie's channel. Link is in the description. And then also sub to the Sanderson Show. Links in the description as well. Obviously, Callum probably can't make it tonight, but make sure to subscribe to his channel as well. Right. So, Dana White. Dana White, the big head honcho of the UFC. Went on one of his mates' podcasts and does what Dana does best. Like when he talks a lot of shit. And it started from UFC 302. It's flowed onto the Andrew Schulz'S podcast, but we're not going to talk about what probably people think we're going to talk about. That's going to be saved for a little bit later on, but we're going to touch on about Power Slap, the thing that I dislike the most about what Dana's doing. I know Jamie's got a soft spot for it.
Yeah.
I know Jamie's got a massive soft spot for it, but he came out and said something so outrageous. He went, and I quote, Power Slap has more followers than every professional sport. Every professional sports team. We have more followers than them. Andrew Schultz. Even more than Real Madrid. And these soccer teams, Dana, I would say yes. And he got communicated. He got community noted, basically. But that all of Power Slap's social media followers combined couldn't even touch Real Madrid. Yeah? Jamie, when you saw those comments, did you think, is there anyone in Dana's circle that tells him you're talking shit?
No, because they
must have pulled him up on that,
They haven't got the guts to do it because they want Dana for their interviews, don't they? They want Dana to come on their podcast. They want to be pally and they want to get ringside tickets and, be in his pocket. So no one says anything against Dana. But the fact that he come out of the most BS I've ever heard on a live podcast and no one said anything is amazing. The thing is, because Dana's American, yeah, and this is not all about Americans, by the way, but some Americans just believe the only sports that exist are American-based sports. Unfortunately, American football, basketball, hockey, baseball. They don't think any other sport exists apart from them. The fact of the matter is, American sports are tiny compared to world sports.
Yeah,
and it's just, and the fact when Andrew Schultz went, even more in Real Madrid, and he didn't know because he never thought about football. And as he said, soccer shit anyway. Did you hear that when he said that? Soccer shit anyway.
Right?
So he didn't actually know. He never had them details at hand. The fact that he didn't have them details at hand tells you everything he thinks. He has no knowledge of anything. His knowledge of sport is zero. Power Slap, if anyone who don't know, has on YouTube 2.5 million followers. Liverpool have 10 million subscribers. That's just that alone. Liverpool have the most subscribers out of any football team in the Premier League at 10 million.
Yeah.
He says here, no one has more followers over social media. YouTube's the biggest, the biggest one to go on, obviously, because of the way, especially that Slap is on YouTube, and on Kick and all that sort of stuff. That's where you mostly
like. He's not big enough to get his own TV deal.
Yeah, because he can't get a TV deal, so he got a social media deal instead. 2.5.8 million. That slaps. Now, it says here, while it's true that Power Slap triples the numbers of subscribers on YouTube of the Chiefs and the Lakers, it's not even close to those of Real Madrid. As for the leagues White mentioned, it is true Power Slap has a larger number of followers on YouTube, but not by much. Power Slap has 2.58 million. So, yeah, he looks at things like the Chiefs and all that. And think, the Chiefs are a major sports franchise. No, they're not.
That's why the American sports owners like your Cronkies, like your FSGs, are buying in British sports teams
Mm.
because we generate more money.
Yeah.
We are bigger, we are global. That's why we fly to America for our pre-season tours, and that's why we go across the world. That's why you're trying to bring one of the Premier League games to the US because we are that big. And it's not even like people on podcasts calling him out. It's people in that inner circle, in that war room that he likes to call it, when he talks about this and "Oh, I'm going to go on to this, and I'm probably going to say this." And the fact no one calls him out and goes, "Dana, come on, like no one's gonna fucking buy that." Like, say that we've got more social media followers than Real Madrid. Like, do you know who Real Madrid is? And Dana probably just goes, "Oh yeah, piss off," and just walks out the room. And I reckon everyone just goes and goes, "Fuck, he's on again, isn't he?" He's just ignored us. But I just got a feeling no one would even bother to say, "Hey, let Dana." Yeah, so that fight's all right, but let's not promote this as some sort of like big thing that's going to take over combat sports because
Well,
it's
look,
not.
do you know what I mean? Like, this is the list, right? I've got it here. The most followed sport teams or franchises on social media in total, yeah?
Mhm,
100 followers on Real Madrid,
mhm,
149 million,
mhm.
right? That's like a quarter of the size of America. Like, America's what, 500 million population? So, so he's saying Slap more followers. So Slap would have to have as many followers as there's people in half the United States, right? That's what he's
Yeah,
saying.
he must have got
Past
a big slap around the head or something. Like he must have been concussed.
the Golden State Warriors are the highest American sports franchise with 32.1 million followers.
The
Mumbai
Lakers,
Indians, 13 million. I doubt that Slap has more followers than any Indian cricket team.
I'll be stunned if they even get to 5 million. I'll be stunned.
Why? And again, this is the small. This is what, and this is no insult to people of North America and people that are American and all that. We're not coming at you guys, but what it is, it's that small window that they live in where nothing else exists
Mm.
apart from where they are. And he's just looking at that small platform, and in his opinion, Slap's the biggest sports franchise in the world at the moment. He even said, did he say it was bigger than UFC?
I did not see that comment. If anyone's in the comment section,
But he must be if it's the most followed.
so he's saying that's bigger than the UFC. What is this? I told you this guy doesn't care about the UFC. His passion, his drive, that before he sold the company, that drive, that passion, is gone because he's trying to, he's trying to recreate that magic with something else. Like, remember Zuffa boxing? I
Yeah.
remember that he was supposed to start that never got off the ground.
And boxing was his thing to start with, remember?
And boxing was Dana's thing.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it off the ground, and how I don't know who said it or whose name it was. One of the athletic commissions, like top people, went, I wish we never commissioned this. Wish they
Yeah.
never commissioned it. Oh, if we would have done it again, we probably wouldn't have allowed this. But they have done, and now they've opened up. I'd say a small can of worms. Like I have to say, Jamie, yeah, they are so desperate to make that thing as big as it is. They're getting like fighters to hype this up. They're getting American influencers. Obviously, Nina doing whatever she's told to do,
Well,
and
she's got to bend
com-
over for anything. Let's face it. Whatever Uncle
and you
Dana tells her she's got to do,
and you got DC Bisping, like credible fighters, credible former fighters backing this crap, and it's why I call it like you are a professional slapper, and it's not the way you think it is. Because I know people are in the comments are going to go, "Oh my god, Luke's calling these people a bunch of what a slapper is." No, you are a professional slapper. Yeah, and we mentioned it. I can't remember how long ago it was, Jamie, but one of the slap fighters got a little bit too big for the boots. Thought, what? I could go a few rounds with Sean Strickland. Yeah, because I can slap hard. Well, guess what? You got fucking murked in the boxing ring with Sean Strickland. So, yeah, absolutely crazy that people like. Well, actually, it doesn't shock me that Dana thinks it because fucking hell, we'll touch on some more Dana delusion. I should have just titled this Dana delusion because
Yeah.
he likes to drop some absolute pearls of delusion, and but that fighting will never be as big as the UFC, and I really hope they cancel. I really hope they stop this. I really hope, because this is unsafe.
I've just looked at some of my research. Slack has barely any more followers than the Eastern European version. Remember, Slack came from Eastern Europe. The Russians and all that. They were doing it first, underground stuff. They had their own events, live events, and all that. There is more followers and subscribers for the Russian and all that version of Slack than there is Dana White Slack.
I have to say, Jamie, that's better. I have to say, the European one, when I've caught bits of it scrolling through, that looks a little bit better.
Yeah, it's better. Don't look so because what Slap is, UFC have made it too polished, too too much production, where it's meant to be grimy and dirty. That's the point of it. And it's more exciting, like the Eastern stuff, the Eastern European stuff, the Russian stuff. It's far more fun to watch. 600-pound men are going against 200-pound men slapping the crap out of each other. It's absolutely mental.
Even what they're doing with you see that big guy gets into the octagon with two women.
Oh, was that the Romanian MMA?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But before we move on, obviously hit the like button, share button, subscribe button. Part 2 of Dana Delusion. I'm pretty sure that if we would have watched this podcast, we would have, had a 2-hour show talk about the absolute shite that Dana splurted out. But it continued. This time, he was talking about Islam Makhachev, John Jones, who's the pound for pound, and thinking, well, Dana's probably had a few days, clear his head, think about, could he got, when he got offered John Jones's what's that? You might have thought, no, am I wrong? Oh, no. Dana went, hold my beer, we're doubling down. We are doubling down. And
Read
then
the quote, Luke.
he explains his reasoning, right? Yeah.
It's mental. It's mental.
Volkanovski moved up, and it was a very fucking close fight the first time. John Jones moved up and absolutely decimated the greatest heavyweight that was out there, Cyril Gane. If he doesn't go for that in armbar, if he doesn't go for that fucking armbar, he beats Francis Ngannou and becomes heavyweight champion. John Jones is walking to him like he was Okay. Before you hop in, Jamie, yeah? This was the same guy, right? When Francis was champion. You told John Jones to step back down to 85, motherfucker. Like, what's this guy talking about? What's this guy talking about?
So embarrassing at the highest level.
On the John Jones tit, because you're looking like a tit right now. Like, talk to me.
It's the most embarrassing thing he's ever said. How can you be that embarrassing in 24 hours? The comments he's making, it's madness. The reason Volkanovski and Islam was a close fight because they're top 3 pound for pound fighters in the world. Don't matter what division. You're talking about Volk. I swear Dana was saying Volk is pound for pound the best in the world at one time. So, and Islam went up.
Mentioned John Jones.
And Islam fought Volk, and then if you got a pound for pound right now, some people might have Islam and Volk. It is that level. And then you're saying Cyril Gane. The man that has no grad work or wrestling whatsoever and went live on TV in the press conference says, I'm not even going to bother about doing my wrestling work. I just do stand-up stuff. With John Jones, who's a superb wrestler and loves to get people on the floor, and you're saying he's the most elite heavyweight you had at the time. Nah, I'm not. And that's his comparison why John Jones is pound for pound. So Islam has beaten Volk twice, just destroyed Dustin Poirier, destroyed Charles Oliveira, is the most complete fighter in UFC right now. But you can't make him pound for pound because John Jones fought a terrible Cyril Gane that has no wrestling.
Hello.
Mad.
Cal's
It's
not
mad.
here, but we got his brother in Calvin. Jeez. John Jones is the best. For once, I agree with Dana. Come on, guys. You can be nice. But the thing is, Calvin, there is a difference, right? There should be a distinguished difference between a GOAT and the pound for pound. If Dana came out and went, Islam's a GOAT, people would go, excuse me? He ain't no GOAT. It's your John Jones, it's your GSPs, it's your Mighty Mouses. Like, whoever you think the GOAT is the GOAT. But the pound for pound best fighter in the world at the moment is Islam Makhachev. He's fought the best. He's been more active. Like that's the big difference. People are confusing pound for pound and GOAT. Just because you say Islam's the pound for pound number one at the moment does not mean he's the GOAT. Just means at this current moment he is the best fighter in the world. Just like when Volk was the pound for pound number one, people weren't saying Volk was the GOAT of all MMA. Maybe they might have said that he was the GOAT at featherweight, but no one was calling him the GOAT at MMA. And I think that is the difference. Like when Dana did the thing at the press conference, like Islam's probably come off of his toughest win, tough circumstances, pulled out a beautiful submission, and all you could do was shit on your fighter.
Yeah,
To hype up a guy that's injured, and we are not even 100% sure this guy's actually going to come back and defend for a fight that, let's be honest, no one gives a shit about, really. I don't care about him and the old man Stipe. And I think that's the difference. Like for me, for me, the reason I argue it again in regards to Islam, if for a guy smaller than them twice, that alone does not make him pound for pound. Go up and fight someone else, then we can talk. Okay, but John Jones, he waited until all of the elite heavyweights were out their prime or left the UFC. He waited until Francis left the UFC and then jumped up against Jamie's bounced.
I'm
and
still
then
there.
Against a guy that was
sneezing.
That has no grappling at all to his game. Like John Jones beat John Jones did beat everyone at 205, but
that's why it's a GOAT.
Yeah,
and that's why it's a GOAT. But pound for pound, there's got to be active fighters.
Yeah, like
and John Jones is not an active fighter.
Over the last, I'd say 5 years, who's been the more active? Like John Jones has only fought twice in 5 years.
Yeah, so he can't be pound for pound, can he?
Respect and understand your absolutely. Is all love. Is absolutely all love. Yeah.
You can't be pound for pound if you're not fighting.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, okay, in Dana's
it's like giving
Maradona
the Ballon d'Or when he's not playing football.
Yeah, it's, it's like if it's fine that Dana went John Jones is the GOAT. That's why I would agree if he came out like that. If one of the reporters went, "Is now Islam the GOAT?"
Yeah.
And then he switched went, "How dare you call Islam the GOAT?" That's when I'd be like, okay, a bit of a shitty thing to do, but I get it. But it's completely different. Like over the last 5 years, the pound for pound number 1 and 2 would be Islam and hold on, 5 years. You're probably talking. You're probably top 3, top 4 in any order is Islam, Volt, Kamaru. But
So, look, John Jones' last fight, he beat Cyril Gane, which we all know he was going to win because Cyril Gane has a 0 ground game. He was the perfect opponent for John Jones. Before that, he then fought in 2020 against Dominic Reyes, who beat him. Let's face it. And then before that, it was back in 2019 against Thiago Santos.
Wait, let's be honest. Like he didn't really perform great against a guy with no knees, and
yeah.
like, we
So
wouldn't
John,
even be talking about this undefeated streak if Anthony Smith did an Aljamain Sterling and just took the knee. Like
so John Jones has had 3 fights in 4 years. If you've had 3 fights in 4 years, I don't think you can be classed as pound for pound because you're not active. Where if I look at Islam, he's fought Volk twice, who everyone thinks is pound for pound the best in the world. And he's also fought Charles Oliveira, who everyone thinks is one of the GOATs at lightweight. And he just beat Dustin Poirier. He's going to be one of the greatest to ever do it as well in MMA. So in them last 4 fights, I'd actually make Islam pound for pound right now. But John Jones is probably the greatest of all time. No, exactly.
I'd never call Islam the GOAT. And
John Jones ain't my GOAT.
John Jones ain't my GOAT, like personally. But he is a lot of people's GOATs, and that's something that I would not dispute against. And he has a fight, maybe, but that's the thing. Like when he was off before, this guy was talking about retirement. This guy was talking about just living life. This guy showed no interest in fighting because there was a certain guy that was, a champ. Second that guy left, he's more than happy to come back in, and that's the thing. It's just like John Jones ain't gonna be around here forever. Like John Jones is not gonna be around here forever.
I do. Islam just called out Conor McGregor.
Pardon?
Islam just called out Conor McGregor as well.
Yeah, no, same with fight. I hear your points. I get it. I know I'm biased, and I worship at the altar of Jones. I bow to you both.
That's what we're saying. I just feel like at this moment in time, because John Jones is not active enough, I can't seriously call him the pound for pound, but I can call him the GOAT. I've no problem with that. I don't think any of us got an issue with it, even if you don't think he is, but I don't think we've got an issue with it. But Islam right now, what he's been doing in the UFC and the people he's been fighting, you've got to have him probably top of that list right now. So, I would like to see him go up. I think it's too easy at him at lightweight. I would like to see him go up to 170.
He's not your GOAT. No, it's not my GOAT. I've been open. He's not my GOAT.
St. Pierre's your GOAT only.
Yeah. He's not my GOAT. He's not my GOAT because for me, this guy should be banned. This guy should be banned for life because he popped.
Do you know the mad thing about John Jones though? Many people will have John Jones as the GOAT of MMA, which I'm not going to argue that if people want it, yeah. But he's never been a pay-per-view draw, has he?
No, his biggest pay-per-view is DC2.
Yeah.
That didn't even do 1 million buys.
Yeah.
But that's not even the thing. Like, he's not my GOAT because one, he popped multiple times. I know, Calvin, but I have said it on multiple streams. He's not my GOAT, but I respect the skills. Respect the skills as a fighter, pure fighter. Yes, he's probably the most talented fighter has ever stepped foot in the octagon. But this guy has popped multiple times. This guy's popped multiple times. I'm going to ignore what he did outside the octagon, the prison, the court cases, running over the pregnant woman. I'm going to push that to one side, even though I shouldn't. This guy popped for the same thing that TJ Dillashaw popped. And as I went on the run on Callum's show, TJ Dillashaw is blacklisted. Pretty much. Like in any bantamweight GOAT debates, we don't put him there because he's what he's done.
Yeah.
The same should be said for John Jones. That's my thing. Yeah, it's not a paper rule because he's a. Yeah, he is. He would be more if he openly went Homelander before Homelander was Homelander, then people
just
would
went
be
full heel.
wanting. Yeah, went
Yeah.
full heel, then people would have tuned in.
People would adhere to him more.
Yeah, because people would be tuning him, wanting him to lose. I think that's really. That's what could have made him a pay-per-view star. And plus, the whole thing with like DC and stuff like that. Like I know he said like, "Oh, like I'm sorry for the popping and stuff like that." Yeah, but when you popped, you were in your mid-20s, prime of your career is still ahead of you. DC was at the end of his prime at like 36, 37. He couldn't afford to wait around for you to sort of. So, and that's my thing. Like John Jones, technically probably the best fighter to ever step foot in the octagon, but it's not my GOAT. Like he can't be my GOAT for me. But let's see what he does against Stipe if we see the Stipe fight. That's even that is still I can't even confidently say yes he's going to be there, even though he has said November 9th, I think was the date that he confirmed. It's that up at 5. Love a little chat. Respect to both of you and catch up soon. Absolutely, Calvin. Big up to you. Hope you're well and everything like that. Yeah, big up to you. And John Joseph's my GOAT. Yeah, and also before we move on to probably the last topic, the other insulting thing was that I found in that basically that comment is like you're comparing Volkanovski to Cyril Gahn. I thought that is probably more disrespectful.
Yeah.
How are you disrespecting either your 1 or 2 featherweight GOAT for this guy that can't even be bothered to fight anymore? This guy wants to be a le French actor. He wants to be an actor now.
And if Cyril Gahn was that man, why aren't he getting title shots regularly?
Well, hey, no. He tried to scam his way to title shots recently. He's been scamming his way to title shots recently.
If Cyril Gahn left UFC, would anyone notice?
No, he probably played another sport, to be fair.
No one would
probably
notice.
Do really well. Like he is a gifted
He's a gifted martial artist. No one's going to disagree with that. But the man doesn't want to learn the ground game. I don't know the heavyweights in the heavyweight division right now. The top 5 would all destroy Gahn. He's got no ground game.
Yeah, got no ground game.
Ngannou took him down.
Yeah, mate, Ngannou wrestled him with no knees. And that's why I was stunned when people gave him an ounce of a shot against John Jones when we all were there going, yeah, he's losing within the first 2 minutes.
Do you reckon Dana believes in his heart of hearts that John Jones would have beaten Francis?
Absolutely. He would have believed that he would have beaten Francis. Absolutely.
France is too big and powerful. It's too big and powerful.
Too big, too strong. Snap you in half. But yeah, crazy. The Dana delusion will probably continue. We'll probably have to do more episodes on Dana delusions, which I might nickname it Dana delusions, actually.
Yeah, it will continue till the day Dana leaves.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's definitely going to continue. But
I'm sure if Conor wins his fight, he'd be number 1 contender.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely be number 1 contender.
But then Dana will say, everyone who's been fighting their asses off to get shots, like Sean Strickland can't get another title shot, although no one really thinks he lost his title in the first place. No. Beats Costa with ease, and then still can't get a title shot. It's madness to me.
Yeah, absolutely. But final topic of this evening, Jamal Hill came out, tweeted, Instagrammed about his defeat to Alex Pereira. I'll read it out.
I saw Pereira's response.
Yeah. I'm going to read out the Instagram. I haven't really spoken on this since I went to Brazil and dog walked your guy in one of the most one-sided arse whoopings in championship history. And after showed nothing but respect and paid homage, I never celebrated over an opponent I beat, and even called out my fans for disrespecting Johnny Walker after I slept him. But because I showed competitive fire and excited to be back after an injury that could have ended my career, you all think that was funny or cool? Alex Pereira, you really set up a punch you couldn't get without a weird, confusing moment and did some weak shit. But it's okay, because when you fight me again, my eyes won't leave you as stiff as Izzy left you in Miami.
What?
Alex Pereira, you reap what you sow, Jama.
Yeah.
And remember that next time you stand across from me.
What? Is he all right? Has he got concussion or brain damage? Do we need to worry about him?
Man. Like, you got a fight in in less than 3 weeks' time, mate.
Did he get? We were all watching it together, Luke, but didn't he get smoked?
He did get smoked. Like, he did get. He did get smoked.
Is he moaning about because Pereira stood on his foot and then jabbed the shit out of him?
Yeah,
is that basically what he's saying?
Yeah, when he kicked you in the balls, and Herb was going to stop the fight, give you a bit of breather, and he went, "Oh,
don't worry, mate. I've got this. It's just beautiful. It's my favourite thing." So he doesn't remember that part of his argument that he kicked you in the balls.
No, don't. I don't remember because I think up to that part they were fairly respectful, and then Hill tried to just flip the switch, be a bit of a bad guy. I'm thinking, well, it's your funeral.
Yeah,
Buy a belt. The second he went over aggressive, I thought, fuck, he's lost the belt, man.
Yeah.
Like he's lost the belt, and now it's just a bit salty, but
Pereira's different. Now, by the way, Pereira's the pound for pound in my eyes. He's double champion, multiple weight champion as well.
Yes.
In hardly any fights.
Yeah, he's nearly completed MMA.
I don't know how you can't say he ain't actually pound for pound right now. You know, he just beat Hill, who was UFC champ before, and he just destroyed him with ease. You know, if he goes to heavyweight and wins the heavyweight title, you might have to be putting that GOAT character next to his name, let alone pound for pound.
potentially, but
madness. Yeah,
it's good to see this little back and forward. Because it drives interest in the rematch, even though I don't want to see it personally.
Yeah, it's so one-sided. It's so one-sided, weren't it?
But Jamal Hill, mate, you're an upcoming opponent against Carlos Ulberg, who's dangerous.
He's got to win that yet.
He's dangerous. Like, he's a dangerous fighter. And you know what? There's a good bit of story there because Ulberg trained at Izzy's, one of Izzy's boys, and Jamal Hill, is talking nice to Izzy because you and Izzy both share something in common. You both got left on the smoke by Alex. So, yes, you do share something in common. So, it's all good hyping up a potential rematch, but you need to focus on Ulberg because I still think you're a little bit stupid taking this fight so quickly.
Yeah, Ulberg could sleep him.
Bounced off the canvas.
Ulberg could sleep him.
Easy. Yeah, I do expect Ulberg to beat him by knockout, but
he could sleep him.
I do feel slightly sorry for him because I do feel like that the UFC sort of put him up against it in that return fight because one shouldn't have fought for the champ. Either he should have had a warm-up fight or you should have let him fight for the belt a lot later on.
It's the worst. It's the worst comeback fight.
And it was the worst comeback fight ever. But it drives interest. Like, let's be honest. We can quickly touch on Pereira and where he goes. Like, rumors that he's scheduled to fight perhaps during August, but I'm not really like. I don't think it.
Pereira can wait. To be fair,
pardon?
I think Pereira can wait. I don't think there's any.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
I don't think he needs to rush.
To be active. I know he wants to be an active champion, and for some reason, Ankalaev is is dragging shit out, which I'm like, you're not the champion, my friend. Why are you dictating, like when you get to fight and stuff, when they literally told you, hell, you're fighting, or else you're not getting your belt back, potentially. So you're fighting even though you've just come back from a serious Achilles injury. But let's be honest, I'm not really like down for a Makhachev Pereira rematch. And maybe some people are because of the slight controversy with maybe an early stoppage, but personally, I just don't really see the appeal, really. Like, Pereira's sort of in a bit of a tricky situation because Ankalaev is the right fight to make. Maybe you get a Carlos Ulberg if he beats Jamal Hill, puts on a good statement. It should have been Khalil Roundtree, but he popped, which is a shame for him.
Yeah, that's him done
and
there.
sort of effed up my prediction for the year, because my big prediction was he was going to fight Pereira for the belt by the end of this year, and I was on course for that very prediction. But
he's right at the bottom of the list now.
So
I think it'll be Ankalaev versus Pereira.
Yeah, I think they'll try to do that for Abu Dhabi. I think because
it'll be in the summer.
Yeah, be that. Yeah, I think it'll be Abu Dhabi.
He wins that if he wins that, I think goes out to heavyweight.
Get in line, because I think there'll still be a queue to get to the top. But
who else would there be for him to fight? Because look, we know Izzy ain't going up. Izzy's a middleweight.
Like heavyweight rankings.
If he beats who else is there really? That would be an intriguing matchup.
Anthony Smith, because they've been trading online, but
I'd love to see him kick the shit out of Anthony Smith.
Oh, mate, you imagine one leg kick like he's like.
Anthony Smith will get destroyed. Is there any fighter who believes he's better than he actually is more than Anthony Smith?
That's
what I'm saying. It's meaty, ain't it? It's real beady.
Yeah, I actually can't get that light heavyweight. Can't actually get the rankings. That's how much they don't want me to.
Yeah, they're like, don't worry about it. I think they got plans for Pereira to be a heavyweight.
Yeah, big plans. Plus, he's on a new long-term deal, so it's not like he's exactly going anywhere. But
no, I think by next year we see the heavyweight champion, whoever it is, against Pereira.
Yeah, just don't make it John Jones. Just don't make it John Jones.
When John Jones beats the piss out of Stipe, then I'd love Stipe to beat. But if Stipe beat John Jones, we'd do a 24-hour celebration party, man.
No. When Stipe gets like his walking stick, aka his missus, picks her up and just whacks Jones.
There is going to be no appetite for that fight. Can you make the press conference is going to be meaty?
Oh,
they like each other. They're mates.
Yeah, of course it is.
They're going to be all respectful. No one wants that.
Yeah.
And then if John Jones wins, and then John Jones will not fight Tom. I don't think he wants anything to do with
he's
Tom.
done.
I think he wants to fight Pereira because he thinks Pereira ain't got a ground game.
Yeah.
Like Aspinall.
Pretty much, but I hope Pereira knows on that revenge tour for Glover. Hopefully he can get the W.
Yeah.
Really cut.
You imagine Pereira just telling Glover, "Look, you just sit there, son. I've got this done."
Yeah.
Everyone's got to pay. Everyone's got to pay.
Yeah, everyone's going to pay for every person that beat you. And so far, John Jones is the one that's last on the list. But hey ho, we shall
just
see.
Marking them off. Like Thingy in Game of Thrones when she's marking everyone off she's killed.
Yeah. Just goes to the gym and just goes like this. Charmer. Hey, but anyone, massive thank you for everyone that's joined this evening. Make sure to sub to Jamie's channel, Jamie Phillips, Football Chats. Jamie, got anything that's coming up?
I'll probably have more football rumours and gossip. Although, for some reason, I don't understand this, but I had people commenting today on the video I did earlier. People have a go at you for bringing rumours up and debating about it. It's like,
I know.
Well, what am I meant? I'm a Liverpool channel. I'm meant to talk about the rumours and the speculation.
You're only
the fun of it.
About facts. That's what people want.
It's like, what do you want me to do, man? Yeah. So more of that this week, just to piss people off.
Absolutely. Obviously, what's going up on here, I don't know if I'm doing a video tomorrow. I'm just trying to assemble people for boxing versus MMA debate stream.
I'm in, so
yeah, well, I obviously got Jamie, Callum. I'll be there. I'll probably be the adjudicator. So I need to get some people that love, like, really love boxing on. So I'm going to try to get that sorted. If there's any news on McGregor, I'll probably do a video about that tomorrow. If Dana drops any more Dana delusions, then we'll be on Dana delusions. Make no bones about that. And also the Just Giving link in the description for the Midnight Walk on August 23rd from Llangollen to the Domestic Abuse Support Centre in Wrexham, trying to raise £500. I think we're on about 130. So please, if you could make a donation, no matter how big or how small, it would be very, very much appreciated. But for everyone that's tuned in, massive thank you, and we'll see you all soon.